I still remember the moment when I first saw a clock. I was amazed by the to and fro motion of the pendulum and the circular motion of the needles. The to and fro motion of the pendulum is oscillation, and the circular motion of the needles is rotation. The movement of the leaves of an electric fan in the living room is an everyday experience of rotation. Later in school, I learned that the earth rotates about its own axis and revolves around the sun. Revolution is another kind of rotation. The story of rotation does not end there. In the bigger picture, stars and even galaxies rotate. The tangential velocity of a point on the Earth's surface due to its rotation is about 1674 kilometers per hour. It is fascinating to explore the consequences of this tremendous velocity in the evolution of living and non-living entities. If the Earth rotates in its axis with a higher speed, what will happen to the mountains and rivers on the Earth? In what way the structure of the rocks in the mountains and the flow of water in the rivers will be affected. Finally, how the equilibrium between the land and the sea will be altered. In the biological world, with a change in the rotational velocity of the Earth, the metabolism of all living things will be modified. The human heart will beat at a different rate. The speed with which the neural signals travel will be shifted. The lifespan of man itself will be changed. Finally, if the rotational velocity goes beyond a limit, the Earth will be torn into fragments. Then there is another fundamental question about the rotation of the Earth. What would have happened if the Earth was rotating in the clockwise direction instead of the anti-clockwise direction? The chirality of many entities, both animate and inanimate, might have been in the opposite directions of what they are today. The Earth has a magnetic field in and around it. This magnetic field will produce an anisotropy in the physical and chemical properties of the living and non-living things. This anisotropy will be different for clockwise and anti-clockwise directions. In short, we could have a totally different geological and biological world if the Earth was rotating in the clockwise direction. Manju and Shrija were MSc final year students of physics in the University College, Trivandrum in 1992. MSc students had to do a project as a part of their curriculum. Most of their classmates were doing projects in electronics or related areas. For some reason, Manju and Shrija did not want to do a project in electronics. They asked me whether I can guide them to do a project in an area other than electronics. I had a fascination for the rotatory motion of the Earth and its effects on the living things. I told them that a study of the effect of rotation in the growth of the plants will be an interesting problem. They agreed, and we started the design and execution of the experiment, of course, in a rotating platform. We had hardly 4 months to complete the project. Shrija and Manju did a wonderful job within the limits of resources and facilities available in a government college. This experiment has nothing to do with physics. It is pure biology. Some members of the faculty whispered. In such an adverse atmosphere, without the wholehearted support of the head of the department, Professor N. Parvati, we could not have succeeded in completing the project. The result of the persistent efforts of Manju and Shija is the content of this YouTube video. Celosia plant was chosen for our study. We compared the growth of plants in the rotating platform with that of the control group. The study concentrated on 3 themes. 1. Comparison of the various physical parameters of the plants. 2. The microscopic changes in the anatomy of the plants. 3. Comparison of the values of the soluble proteins and chlorophyll in the leaves of the plants. After a quarter of a century, it gives us immense satisfaction and happiness that we have done the experiment, however crude it was. Later, 2 other students of the university college studied the growth of crystals in a rotating platform. Now you can see the project report of Shija and Manju. We dedicate this video to the fond memory of Professor Parvati. I want to apologize that the page containing the acknowledgement is missing in the copy of dissertation I have with me now.